Is 4 de Mayo Mexican Independence Day? Do Mexicans wear big hats all day? Are we just drinking tequila and eating burritos the whole day? Who was Miguel Hidalgo? Who was Morelos? When did Spain get out of Mexico? Do we just eat tacos the whole day? Is every Mexican in love with tacos? Do we just wear big hats and mariachi outfit? Do all the Mexicans like mariachi music? Is it a working day in Mexico? Is Mexico a really free country? Is Tex-Mex a really Mexican food? We're gonna see those questions and more in this video. Alright guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Emiliano and today we're gonna talk about Mexican Independence Day. What do we do to celebrate it and what we don't do to celebrate it. First of all, did you check out my outfit? Isn't it cool? Alright, maybe you know it, maybe you don't, but Mexican Independence Day is not 4 de Mayo. 4th of May is also a very important day in Mexico because it was the day that Mexico defeated the French army in the first French invasion of Mexico. So it's a big day we also celebrate. But Mexican Independence Day, or Día de la Independencia as we call it, is 15 y 16 de mayo. ¿No es cierto? But Mexican Independence Day, or Día de la Independencia as we call it, is 15 y 16 de septiembre. There are also some earthquakes in these days, but this is stuff for another video. This thing is so weird. First of all, a little bit of history. Mexico was part of the New Spain colony, Nueva España. In 1810, there was a Catholic priest named Miguel Hidalgo, which is kinda like our George Washington, kinda. He is considered the father of Mexico because he was the first to proclaim Mexico's independence. Nowadays, we remember this as El Grito, the scream, because in September 15 he made the bells of his church sound, called all the population of his town, and started to yell Mexican independence. He was yelling like Viva México, Viva la Virgen de Guadalupe, mueran los españoles. At least that's what they told us in school. Whatever, many important persons of the New Spain started to follow Miguel Hidalgo, and with the help of the population they made an army to take Mexico City, the capital. They never did because they were defeated by Spanish soldiers, but Independence Fire was set up in all of Mexico. When Spain got Miguel Hidalgo, they killed him in front of many people, and they hung his face on a very important place called La Alhóndiga. They did it as a punishment and a threat for all those who want Mexican independence. Whatever, this war took 10 years for Mexican people to free from Spain. Many people died until one guy called Iturbide finally took all the Spanish out of Mexico. He is also like our George Washington, kinda, because he was a criollo, a pure Spanish blood person that was born in Mexico. Back in these days, the most important persons were the Spanish, then were the criollos, then were the mestizos, that is a mix between Spanish and native Mexicans. And then they were the Mexicans and the African slaves. His family was rich and he was a general of the Spanish army in Mexico, but then he betrayed Spain and fought for Mexican independence. But then he crowned himself as the first Mexican emperor. And of course there was more war to take him out of power. But anyway, this history is too long. The important days are 15 and 16 of September, because Miguel Hidalgo yelled the freedom of Mexico on September 15th, and then they started to fight on September 16th. So these are the two most important days for Mexico. But now let's go to the question, what do we do to celebrate it? We don't eat burritos, we don't eat tacos. I mean, we eat tacos the whole year, but this is not a day for tacos. We do drink a lot of mezcal and tequila and cerveza in these days, and there are two main dishes that are eaten in these days. One of them is pozole and one of them are chiles en nogada. Pozole is very cheap, so the majority of Mexico eats pozole in Mexican Independence Day. It's kinda like a soup with chicken or pig or both or maybe meat with big white corns that we call maíz pozolero. And there are 3 types of pozole: red, white and green. And in the other side are chiles en nogada, which some may consider it an expensive dish. And even many people in Mexico don't like it. Chiles en nogada is the dish that a group of female monks invented for Agustín de Iturbide when he was proclaimed the first emperor of Mexico. It's basically a big pepper with meat inside and some sausage called nogada. And of course it also has the 3 colors of Mexico: green, white and red. By the way, the green stands for hope, the white stands for unity, and the red one stands for religion, Catholic religion of course. But some others say that the red is for the blood of our heroes. Anyway, Mexican Independence Day is basically a free day where you hang with your friends and family for basically a nice dinner. That's it. Now, it is basically a day or 2 days where we celebrate being Mexicans. We do drink a lot of tequila and mezcal and some other Mexican important drinks. We eat chiles en nogada and pozole and some other important Mexican dishes. Some of us dress the traditional folklore Mexican clothes. This is not a one traditional Mexican folklore, but I love it. The really Mexican outfit, I mean like Mexican folklore, like indigenous outfit or revolucionarios outfit, which was another important event in Mexican history. But it's basically that. I mean, you have a dinner with your friends or your family or both and drink Mexican beverage, eat Mexican food, listen to Mexican music, to very Mexican music, I mean like folklore music. Some people go to the county seat or the city hall to watch their alcalde do the scream, the big one. And of course, every year the president gives the scream in Mexican national television in Palacio Nacional, which is like our White House.
¡Mexicanos! ¡Viva la independencia! ¡Viva! ¡Viva México! ¡Viva! ¡Viva México! ¡Viva! ¡Viva México!
And they bring important singers and bands and artists that are very Mexican to sing in this day. And of course, between 100 and 200,000 people come to the Zócalo to watch the president give the scream and then stay to the concerts. And what is very cool is that many countries celebrate Mexico in its day. I mean, the Eiffel Tower lights itself in the Mexican flag, and the Burj Khalifa in Dubai and many other important places around the world. Which is pretty cool because they see Mexico as a friend. And that's basically it. This is how we celebrate Mexican Independence Day here in Mexico. I don't know what Mexicans do in other countries, but I think it's the same. So comment down below, how did you think we Mexicans celebrate our Independence Day? I would love to hear that. You may be watching this video in your toilet or in your bed or in your office or in your school. I don't care, just destroy that like button and don't forget to subscribe. And also comment down below what do you want to see about Mexico. Thank you for watching. Bye people.